is better, levitation or invisibility, Rammstein or Lady Gaga, Galaxy S or iPhone? I think at least one of these questions once popped up in your head. Let's take a look on both S10 from Samsung and XS from Apple. Maybe today one of the world's most desirable questions will get an answer. Devices are similar in many ways. They have glass in front and on the back, polished metal bezels, overall creating shiny, sparkling and beckoning look. In the details there are lots of differences between them. For example, Galaxy S10 is physically larger, its frame is not steel like an iPhone, but is made of aluminum that makes the phone lighter and more comfortable in case of long holding. The smartphones are not afraid of liquid and dust, both have knuckled cameras, only in S10 it is wider and in the center, that helps to avoid disturbing noises when it's used on the table, unlike our another one. The card drawer in iPhone XS accepts only one SIM, its opponent gladly deals with two, either a SIM card and microSD or a pair of cell cards. Setting special biometric sensors for flagships is kinda like addressing an elephant in the room. Both fingerprint and face readers have their own drills. For example, Apple's system recognizes your face all day, all night, but each time after recognition it requires you to swipe up the screen, which is not always a convenient thing, and later you start missing a finger scanner. S10 unlocks the phone as soon as it sees your attractive face, but the glance comes from the selfie camera, and even after updates that supposedly should have made the sequence smarter, we can still deceive face recognition with photo from other smartphone screen. In addition, despite the fact that its fingerprint reader is under the screen, it's still afraid of dirty and scratched hands. As a result, a slightest obstacle in a peephole will make the guard to hold the door and not let you in. The same guy has visually noticeable screen bend. It's not a tidal wave, just a remark for you to know. Comparing the screens, first of all, it's worth to mention that both of them are from the same Amoled family of Samsung. However, each has got different specs, apart from the fact that form of both is never a perfect rectangle, because brands still play dirty tricks with them. Of course, I speak about that wounded space for notch in iPhone and the hole punched hole punch. I wonder how many letters with requests to stop these mad experiments with selfie cameras and sensors and bring back normal screens do companies receive every month. Anyway, hold your nerves and emails, and we are back to displays. Apple tried to make their LED screens close to IPS, balancing in a sweet middle spot between juicy colors and pastel keys. Samsung decided to give a choice, either with epic saturation or something close to good LCDs. Auto settings in S10 offer only a brightness control, while XS uses True Tone on top of this. And as for tricks up the sleeves, Korean company continues to develop their always-on display, adding more flexible adjustments. Apple still hasn't got this feature that makes sad even some iPhone owners. In return, Apple presented 3D Touch that calls up contacts menus and allows you to quickly view pictures in a gallery and, for example, in Instagram. In the maximum brightness, Samsung gets outplayed. The same happens with minimum if you reduce the white point value on the iPhone. The difference is not serious, but you see it. For the viewing angles, Apple also holds the winning position, showing no distortion upon the same angle when a S10 display becomes a bit green. In general, I do not get the way how DisplayMate evaluates screens if the newer AMOLED from Samsung is honestly worse, but at the same time the great one states it is the best on the market. Smartphone's hardware is way too different, but in both cases it provides a remarkable level of speed in everyday software as well as in games. What should we be waiting from their performance in 3 years is still a relevant question, but at that moment I can't say that iPhone has major advantage in terms of this. PUBG Mobile runs on the maximum available presets and doesn't freeze at the critical gaming moments. The top graphics in World of Tanks Blitz also doesn't let us down, but don't forget that it's not identical on iOS and Android. In any case, gaming on these devices brings real aesthetic pleasure. But how long will it last? This question is for the battery life. Probably half of the world will say that Android phones are more powerful in that way. Besides, the battery in Galaxy S10 is bigger. Somebody can mention something about the energy saving, but I'll tell you this. Simply put, writing this script and surfing social medias on the way to work cost 40% of the battery on Galaxy S10, while on iPhone it's usually around 15. It's a rare case charging XS every day when Galaxy jumps on its Type-C every night before going to bed or in the evening of the same day. I literally ran out of ideas what else can I turn off to make it work for 2 days. Oh, wait a minute, I think I've got this. Both devices support wireless charging and a fast wired one, but what's unfortunate for iPhone XS, it hasn't got a reverse inductive coil unlike the offspring of the Korean brand. Moving forward to cameras, one of the most question-hungry topic after all, Galaxy S10 has 3 main modules while iPhone XS got 2. They share a standard and a telephoto camera, the third module in S10 is a super wide-angled one. To be fair and square, we'll compare only the common ones, but the presence of the third camera is definitely a thumbs up because it makes Samsung once again flexible, this time in terms of shooting. There's no much difference between zoom photos of both, as well as overall photo quality from the main cameras. The main impact comes from the post-processing that ruins the gamma of XS photos and turns the pictures in Galaxy S10 into some drawings with aggressively covered up noises and smudged textures. If let cameras be without in-depth quality tests, all important information is said. However, if taking photos in uncomfortable conditions and examining results carefully, Galaxy S10 will show that it works better with contre-jour, but the clarity goes down when shooting distant objects at limitless. Exposure in Samsung traditionally is a bit hyped, that's why everything in pictures looks brighter, and except shooting very contrasting scenes, its work is mostly harmful. Night photos come out different with every tap on the shutter. I'll say it is a fair draw for our competitors, and let's get to videos. They have 4K resolution in both cases, and in general the quality is pretty high. Devices can switch between cameras on the go and take clips with 60 FPS, but what creates a holy war? It's simple, Apple has better stabilization, not without traces, but not critical. At the same time, Galaxy grants slightly sharpened frames, that means you have to decide what to sacrifice because getting everything at once is not happening. According to selfies, S10 almost beats XS, shooting angle is wider, dynamic range is 2, the only chance for iPhone to take revenge is by clarity. On some spots you can notice more details, but without cropping the picture you will hardly feel it in real life. Okay, that's the second comparison video where I need to describe the sound through headphones in two smartphones despite the fact that one of them doesn't have mini jack. In short, any iPhone through the branded adapter sounds disgusting, which means that Samsung already sings better, even if its voice is not ideal. What will bother audiophiles in Galaxy S10, and it will definitely bother, you're welcome to check its detailed review by the link in the description. Both front-facing speakers scream out loud, making almost nice stereo together with multimedia one. S10 makes a little more of deep sounds, but reproducing bass is not available for these smartphones. In addition, XS maximum volume is quieter, that makes Samsung a winner in the sound competition. Let's sum it up. Galaxy S10 is cheaper than iPhone XS in all possible modifications. Obviously, more money goes to the better screen, battery life and reliability. By all other means, Samsung stands higher, and besides, its price is lower. It can give you a choice between additional storage or a second SIM card, possibility to shoot with ultra-wide angle, play music directly with mini jack, use always-on display and reverse Qi. Samsung doesn't even give a chance for iPhone XS to offer any alternative. So in the end, I can say that purchase of Galaxy S10 won't be questionable at all. However, if you're not fancy changing phones year after year and deal with Android at all, iPhone will be still a nice device for your daily tasks, especially in team with other Apple laptops and tablets. Whatever your choice will be, you will find the links to the stores where you can buy these guides in the description box below. And if you like this video, hit the like button and also subscribe and ring the bell to stay tuned for more cool content. My thanks for watching and cheers!